But I remember when the name, image, and likeness was passed. What was it? When it was announced that it was going to happen 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
And I remember I did a show with you, College Sports Today, and Dan Wetzel wrote the article. He said, this is probably better for smaller schools. Now, he probably wasn't talking HBCU, Jackson State. He was talking more from the aspect of the UCF, the Cincinnati, because if you think about it, what players are Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, and so on and so forth not getting already? I mean, they're already getting all the guys. So then if you're a player and you know you'll probably be a second string, you might have to wait a year or two, why don't you just go to a smaller school and be the guy and get that big bag that you've always wanted to get? That's one thing. Number two, this is kind of like the transfer portal when it first started. It's almost like there was a bunch of men that got together and they're like, all right, this needs to be done. Let's just sign the paper and do it. And then they didn't think about any of the consequences or any ramifications that could come with it. And I think we're starting to see that now. And I think, number one, I think it's going to happen sooner than later. Signing day is going to be moved to August because of this. Too many coaching changes, too much money is being involved. And it's just, I think things have to play itself out, and then they'll make the change.
Well, let's back up. Let's talk where NIL officially really started. And it was started and agreed upon in college football out of fear. And let me remind you, it was agreed upon, I'm going to say it again, in college football, the power brokers, the NCAA and people that run college football, they agreed to NIL out of fear. Remember, the state of California had a couple of senators 3 or 4 years ago that took it and made it part of legislation. They basically said there is too damn much money in college football for the student athlete not to be able to get any of it, not even use their name, image, or likeness. And that's where it started. Remember, in California. And college football knew if this thing goes on and goes to lawsuit, they're not going to win. They're not going to win that. So that's kind of where it started. And it started out of fear. It really did. They know they aren't going to win a lawsuit and holding a guy down. Let me take it a step further as well. Name, image, likeness. Where's it going to go? I think it's truly threatening, and the fans are going to finally decide. The fans make it all go because the fans are the money. The fans make it all go. TV's the money. No. The fans' eyeballs are the money. Here's another thing, and this is coming right down the pipe. And fear is driving this as well. The players are going to push and push and push to get paid, go on payroll, right? The schools are going to have to pay. Well, let me tell you, there's going to be a large group of student athletes that aren't going to the NFL. They're not that level of player, but they're going to get whacked. They're going to lose scholarships. Here's what's going to happen. The millisecond that legislation comes down and call it the Division I schools have to pay all the players on their roster. Okay, and you know that's coming, right? Be careful the net gain and loss, because the first thing that any business person facing that situation, Dylan, okay, you got to pay your roster. You have to pay your roster. You guys make so much money. Each player gets X amount, right? They get a check. You're an employee. There's 85 players on scholarship. The first thing you're doing, business 101, you're whacking, if you're the schools, we're not carrying 85, we're carrying 55, right? A smaller payroll. That's business 101. Okay, Dylan, that's 30 players, okay, from 85 on scholarship to 55. Those 30, they don't have a scholarship. They don't have a way to pay. Now, 30 times 130 Division I schools, 3,900 players. I'm not good enough to go to the NFL. I'm probably not going to be on the 55-man roster. 30 times 130, good luck. Because are you with me? They're going to cut their labor pool from 85 to 55. Just throwing the 55 number. That's business 101. If they've got to pay them, I'm sorry. So there's a lot of stuff in here, man. A lot of onion to unpeel here.